Hey, it's Chronologically Gaming, the only channel that's perpetually retro because we're playing every video game in order of release. Welcome to September 1982. We got some games to play. We were last reading Softline magazine. Let's see what's next. Now it's Space Castle on our TRS-80. Hopefully you got the Model 3 by now. Let's check it out. Starting with the box. Space Castle. Oh, sweet. So the front of the box is really similar to the games we see on the BBC Micro, where they just show you pretty much like a screenshot of the game. Nice job. All right, so this is by Cornsoft Group. Flip it over in the back. We're routine patrol sector 246 out of perimeter Andromeda Galaxy. Suddenly your fighter vibrates violently. Force field's been cut off all communication with the Jetty Squadron. On your viewer, you see the pulsating glow of a space castle. It was believed that all the outposts of the warlord Yugdab had been destroyed by the Freedom Wars, but the space castle before you is no illusion. As you focus your weapons on the orbiting armor shields, you realize that more is at stake than your puny existence. You do, however, place confidence in the ability of the Source to restore your life based on your performance as a freedom fighter. You should eventually fail. If you should eventually fail against Yugdab, is that really what we're going to call him? Your point score is only satisfaction. So it is a point scoring game. They explain right here on the back of the box. Look at all the info. This is like a manual. We have the rotation, thrust, which keyboard control, and we get joystick control on the TRS-80. I got to feel that to believe it. So it's never destroyed. He can immediately resurrect himself to continue the battle. However, the remaining Yugdab enter another life system temporarily if another ship is to do battle, and 500 points added to your score. Due to the intense radiation emanating from the space castle, your short-range viewer is inoperative. You'll have to coordinate battle by watching the transmission. All this lore, all this story, and I know it's going to be a pretty simple affair. Well, I'm expecting that. Yeah, there we go. With an example of the screenshot, let's pop in and play Space Castle. This is by Charles Guy, by Cornsoft Group at the beginning of September 1982. Maybe it is. Let's do it. I'm ready. Castle loads us up. Every now and then when we get on the TRS-80, I'm expecting only keyboard, so I'm always surprised when it actually has the joystick. Ooh, cool. Sounds like the THX sound system. And we're flying. Oh, look at this. Semi-sprite scaling. Wow. Wow, that's pretty cool. The Space Castle text is flying at us. Okay, so for instructions, push question mark. I'm scared to... Okay, it works. To survive by replenish your ship's supply, obtain ships, and destroy the Space Castle. Get the Space Castle, you must blow through 3 spinning armor shields. Sound familiar? You'll also have to protect yourself against intelligent mines that come out of the castle and chase you. Finally, you have to be aware of the Space Castle's ability to fire deadly energy balls at you if you clear path forms between it and you. So there's the keys. Scoring the bricks on each side gives you points. Let's rack up the points. There's the score page, or the high score page. Very cool. Start the game, we get levels 0 through 7, so 8 different difficulty levels. Let's try level 2 for starting us off. If you want to exit the game, you can push clear and break together. We're in. Does joystick work? Oh, it does. Joystick does work. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, where's the sound effects for the shots? We have all sound capability on our TRS-80. So just so you know, there should be, a voice module we have hooked up. We're hearing little bips and clicks like if we're playing on an Apple II is what it sounds like. But check it out. It is another version of Star Castle. Space Castle is Star Castle on the TRS-80. Wow. The flicker, though, is insane. Look how much flicker we have on the screen. Oh, nice. So with the projectiles, you can blow them up. We got shrapnel flying everywhere. Awesome. Very cool. We have the wraparound, too. What happens if I fly off the side? Let's see. Okay, yeah, just wraps around the other end. Very nice. For the TRS-80, it doesn't actually look as smooth as usual. We play TRS-80 games, and they don't really look as, quote-unquote, jank, as you would say, Bardo, man. But this one does have a little, it feels like it's chugging something. Something's pushing too hard to play. But it is Star Castle. The sound effect, though, feels really, it's so minimal. There's no sound effect for your shot. And I'm curious to know if the emulation is supposed to be sending something for the shot. It's only giving us, something if we blow up a wall. Then it makes a little blip, and that's it. Yeah, this one's on a Model 3, so we're playing on the Model 3. Maybe we should try on the Model 1 to see if it's any different. Oh, look, it just regenerated. We didn't even get to the end. Oh, yeah, and they blew us up. Man, I love it in Ev6. We're not going to see that system for many, many years from now. I have no idea what you're talking about. What is this Game Boy? There is no Game Boy. I am a boy, and I play games. That's all we have right now. Wait, the walls don't blow you up? Wait a second. So only the projectiles don't really do anything. So it almost feels like Cornsoft Group didn't completely finish. Yeah, if you go against the force field, it just bounces you back. I guess that's, you know, fair. You're not going to blow up as much. Yes, this is a Game Boy. I love it, Curtis. Oh, okay, Model 1's usually worse. Okay, well, we're on the 3, so I'm surprised you have this much flickering on it. But for this experience, it's kind of rare. We've seen the very first Star Castle back in the arcade in 1980, and then Ring Raiders on the Apple II in 81, and then Star Island in May 1982, and then Zektor in the arcade in August 1982. But that's it. As far as Star Castle games, this is it. So there's really not that much. So I can't fault it for that. If you want to play something that's like Star Castle, go for it. Space Castle is the way to do it. I would say of all the games we've seen so far, though, it's still around the average mark. I would actually even say subpar because of the way it runs. But honestly, the play control, using the joystick on the TRS-80 feels really, really good. I'm just saying in computer games in general, I was very surprised. I'm usually surprised because I'm not expecting the TRS-80 to have joystick control. But because of this unique game, like a Star Castle style game, you know, the asteroids even has the physics done well. Yeah, Curtis is saying 2.5 to 3. I'm going to say 3 stars for every game you can play right now on a home computer. It is right there in the sweet spot of the average range. Very nice. All right, after Space Castle, what's next?
A mysterious planet, a maze of tunnels and caverns being
Ooh, what's on the tube? A new video game coming.
Whose fiendish electromolecular charges can make your skeleton glow.
I want to get that guy's suit.
Faster and faster they come.
It almost looks like Mr. Arcade.
Moment of your life, and we've just turned it into a video game.
Oh yes, make it into a video game.
48 fiendish variations. They say it's only a game. They lie.
It's only a game. This is Space Cavern on the Atari VCS. Let's check it out. Starting with the box. Space Cavern, sci-fi themed. It's Apollo added again on the Atari VCS. Very, very simple. Front of the box gets the job done. Lots and lots of games coming out for the VCS. What's going on, guys? Let's flip it over in the back. Space Cavern, you command an intergalactic star cruiser that has landed on a mysterious planet riddled with smoky caverns inhabited by savage electrosauri, as he said in the commercial, whose horns generate deadly electromolecular charges. The electrosauri stalk you, their horns crackling and sizzling. If even one blast of energy strikes you, your skeleton will glow as you disintegrate. Beware the shaggy marsopods. Yeah, not very helpful. So it says for 1 or 2 players, it is alternate play. 48 variations, though. Not too shabby there. What else we got for Space Cavern? Oh yeah, we got the 2 different boxes. The cleaned up and dirty one. Give me the dirty and grungy, please. And besides the box, we have the ad you would have seen in magazines at the time. You've journeyed far. Your starship has landed. Your adventure has just begun. This artwork looks actually really good. Oh, it's because is it different than the... Oh, interesting. So the front of the box in North America is this one. This is the ad that must have been in Europe because that's the European box, and it looks like the artwork's slightly different. Looks pretty good. Yeah, so here we go. Another ad you would have seen with some other games by Apollo. We've seen all of these, including... I don't think we've seen Lost Luggage. That one doesn't ring a bell. But all the rest we've checked out here on Chronologically Gaming. There's the cartridge we're going to pop in our Atari VCS, the North American one, and then here it is in Europe. Yeah, that one's really nice. The red goes really well with the artwork, and it looks more like a old school classic Atari art. Very nice. Yes, we do. I will try to get that outfit if I can, Obsidian Arcade. Yeah, there's the European box and the European cartridge with an example of the screenshot. We also have the manual for Space Cavern. How do we play? 48 game variations. Now, this one, I had the European manual as well. We're going to go with North American manual. You're in command of the Mark 14 Intergalactic Star Cruiser on an uncharted quadrant of outer space. You land on a mysterious planet riddled with subterranean maze of tunnels and caverns inhabited by savage electrosauri. And they kind of talked about this on the box. So it feels like we're going to play a game like Berserk because we're going from cavern to cavern, but you'd be disappointed. So you can play 1 or 2 players. You're going to take turns. The difficulty switch will change will slow down the fusillade fire to your spacemen. while A will provide the greatest challenge for veteran players. So I'll be keeping it on B for right now. There's our joystick. Use all 8 directions. The fire button's in the upper right-hand corner. Wait, upper left-hand corner, not the upper right. You can move your spaceman to the left and right, pull back and toward yourselves, cause them to fire at the shaggy marsopods that rush from the right, and pushing forward causes them to pivot. So the controls are a little weird because you're going to be using the joystick to move up and down to fire, and then the red button is also a different way to fire, and I'll show you when we get in the game. You land with a crew of 4 men. You got 4 lives, and you get every 20,000 points, you get a new one. So it's a score attack game. Let's keep on scoring. Yeah, I really enjoyed the box art too. And then we also have the key. Apollo's doing the same thing Atari did, showing you all the different game modes. So a number of players, if there's Electrosauri or not, blast ones, marsopods, and then what kind of level we're playing on. 1, 2, or 3. Very nice. So lots of options. Kind of reminds me of old school Atari. Cool. Way to go, Apollo. There's a bunch of versions for this one. NTSC and PAL regions. Let's go and play Space Cavern. This is by Dan Oliver of Apollo in the beginning of September 1982. I'm ready. Send me in. So let's check it out. How many game modes we got? I'm hitting game select. There it is. Yes. 1 or 2 players, switching it up. Let's just go with game mode 7, and let's do it. Wow, so cool. Very strange, though. Okay, so I move left and right. It moves my guy left and right. When I move up on the joystick, it fires to the left. When I push down on the joystick, it fires to the right. So I can, do this, fire left and right. When I push the red button, then it fires straight up on top. Man, it's the night of many flickers. Now we just played Space Castle, and now we're playing Space Cavern, and we getting flickers on the Atari too. Now, when I did my playtesting, I didn't do game mode 7, and I didn't have this much flicker because they didn't have this many objects on the screen. But now they're pushing it. I switched it up, and yeah, I pushed it too far, and now it's freaking out. Okay, let's try a different game mode then. Let's try game mode 11. See if this one, they have so many things happening on the screen. And we have, after you shoot the enemies, they drop a tentacle that flies down on you. You have to watch out for that, but yeah, man, the flicker is insane. We've already seen some flicker on the Atari VCS, but this is pushing it. Apollo's not doing it as smoothly as we've seen with other games. Yeah, the enemy characters, though, are pretty cool. I want to change it up so we don't have as many characters on screen. Let me switch up the game mode here. So I'm going again, game mode 15. Oh, we got, 48 to go through? Any day now. Just a little bit. It doesn't break them apart like Astro Smash on the Intellivision. Okay, here we go. Game mode 1. There we go. So 2 enemies on screen, much better. So now you can kind of see what they look like. Notice also they've done a really good job with the color of the enemies. Look how much color each enemy has. And they may have been pushing it too far. So if you try this game mode, this really shows it performing well on the Atari. But you go even higher levels than this, there's too many enemies on screen. And you can see why. Everything has multiple colors, I think, except the Murgatroids. What do they call these enemies that are running at me on the ground? I'll refer back to the manual. But there is something this game's doing we've never seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the very first video game that is a run and gun from a side view. So the run and gun games we've seen, like from Berserk, you can run around from the top view. And then we've seen also games in arcade, like Demon was a top-down run and gun game. And then Frenzy, of course, which is similar to Berserk. But there has been no games that have been a character. They've been mostly ships that you play from this view. So it's still a fixed shooter, like we're playing something similar to Galaxian, but we are a person, and we're getting to shoot left and right and up and down. This is the very first run and gun from a side view of all the video games we've ever played. Very nice. And it reminds me of another game we played on the Atari home computer that allowed you to shoot left and right. We've seen a couple of games like that, but this one making you into a person. You're actually running to the left, running to the right, and being able to fire in different directions is pretty slick. Yeah, I agree. It is pretty cool for a 2600 game. I really shouldn't have started it on game mode 7 because this shows you what it's like. It's really impressive, but I guess if you go in further game modes, it's pushing it too far. Watch out for the dreaded tentacles. That's right, Nem6. That's what I feel like. But I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what Contra is. It's September 1982, but this is unique. This is very unique. We're not going to get through every game mode of Space Cavern, but you are able to switch up the difficulty, number of enemies, and so forth. You saw all the game variations. It's pretty impressive. Of all the games you could be playing on a home console, Space Cavern is actually very well done. I'm going to say this one is the 7th Apollo game for the Atari VCS. I'm going to say above average, 3.5 stars of everything you can play right now on a home console. Oh yeah, the perspective is very similar to Pang, which is another game I don't know what you're talking about. We're going to see that one later. But also they'll say of everything so far on home consoles, 3.5 stars for Space Cavern. Very well done, Apollo. We've had some pretty good ones. I was shying away from Apollo, but this one's all right. I like it. Yeah. Obsidian seeing 4, 3 to 3.5 from Curtis. Manly seeing 3.5 as well. Yeah. Good. Have a generous night. Why not? All right, let's see what's next. Another commercial. More video games.
You and you alone have captured one of their flying saucers. Can you beat the aliens with their own machine?
Yes, we can.
If you're fast, if you're accurate,
ooh, yeah.
if you don't lose your nerve.
My spaceship had an Atari VCS joystick.
In your hands. Yours in this new cartridge from US Games. Space Jockey, fly it if you can. Space Jockey, beat it if you can. Space Jockey, sweaty palms are guaranteed with US Games.
Oh, I love that. Sweaty palms are guaranteed. Space Jockey. So our next one is also on the Atari, and Space Jockey is the very first game we've ever seen by US Games. That's right, another third-party publisher. Where is it on the front of the box? Oh, there it is, very top left, USG. So this is the very first US Games to publish on the Atari. It's getting really crowded. There's too many people publishing on the Atari VCS. We got Atari, we got Sears, we got Activision, we got Imagic, we got Apollo, we got Bit Corporation, we got Mattel Electronics, CCE, Tiger Vision, Parker Brothers, Coleco, Data Age, VentureVision, Arcadia, Starpath, Spectravision, Fox Video Games, Funvision, Starsoft, Comavid, and American Video Game. I think we need people to stop making video games on the Atari or something bad might happen. So this is a unique front of the box, looks very different than the other ones on the Atari. It makes you think you're playing something new. Yeah, it says in the bottom right corner, new improved video graphics. We'll see about that. 16 game variations, very nice. Let's flip it over to the Mac. Space Jockey is a single-player, full-color action game designed to be played on the Atari Video Computer System, or Sears Telegame if you're a real nerd. You're a space jockey at the controls of a highly maneuverable attack saucer that appears on the left side of the screen. You move up and down, and it shows you how to play the game right here on the back of the box. Nice. US Games, one joystick is all you need. What else we got for Space Jockey? I'll bring it on. Give us a new publisher and prove yourself. Are you worthy for the Atari? Here's the idea what it's seen in magazines at the time. Earth is doomed? Lone Space Jockey fights back. Very nice. From US Games. Can you beat the aliens at game level 16? Probably not. And then another one. You'll love our games or we'll buy them back. Wow. All right, US Games. Guaranteed. Your complete satisfaction. They probably bought back a lot of games. Oh, look at that. And the joystick is melting. So cool. Love it. There's the cartridge we're going to pop in on our Atari to play. And there we go. Another one with a screenshot. We have the manual as well for Space Jockey. They have the grid. 16 different game variations so we can have player direct the missile. Enemy move ships in a random fashion. Player can move ship horizontally and then collisions destroy spaceship. In other words, smash it into someone will kill you. Cool. Space Jockey is single player. There you go. It explains in the back of the box. Your objective is shoot down as many enemies as possible, scoring as many points as possible. I haven't heard that one before. At the same time, avoiding enemy fire. You have a fleet of 3 spaceships available for every 1,000 points, an additional ship for you. So it shows you how to connect up and play. If you use the difficulty switches, up is for fast enemy shots, down is for slow enemy shots, and then right difficulty switches, up for frequent enemy shots or less frequent. So interesting, they use the difficulty switches pretty well. And then you pick what choice of game you want, start the game by pushing reset, and then fire. You accumulate your score with the points displayed right there and then the game is over when you die. So you just keep going. We've seen this kind of shtick before. Lots of fun on the Atari. We'll see how this one fares. So this one is also by Career Video in PAL regions, and then of course US Games in North America, part of a 32-in-1 compilation in PAL regions. In Germany, it was Gefecht im All, and then we also have a hack called Space 2001 by Angelo. Let's pop in and play the first Space Jockey by Gary Kitchen of James Wickstead Design Associates and US Games in the beginning of September 1982. So cool. All right, so this one, I'm going to start with just game mode 1 and hit reset. Let's see what happens. Okay, so scrolling shooter. I don't have an ability to speed up going left and right. It's just up and down. So controls up and down, and then fire. We can blow up the houses. All right, I'll take it. So another scrolling shoot 'em up for the Atari VCS, or just consoles in general. It is another showcase of them doing multicolored characters. Look at, even the plane has 3 different colors, gray and then 2 different greens, and then the helicopters are multicolored. Yeah, they're working that Atari. Programming it really well. Oh, we've already died. Our 3 lives are up. This game feels perfectly average. Right now, in September 1982, if someone wanted to just play a generic game for a video game for a home console, this is perfect. This is not doing anything flashy, super amazing, different to switch it up. Yeah, the sound effects are very well done. They're getting really good using the Atari console with explosions and sound effects. Yeah, the gradient color, that's where you're going to get the most out of it. Alright, so let's switch up the game mode. Let's see what game mode 2 is like. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we can curve our shots. We've been doing that since combat. Oh, and the enemy can't curve their shots. I was just not dodging it well enough. Can we blow up trees? Oh, I went up. Gotta pull up, pull up! Cool, yeah. Swivel the shots, but it's not necessarily anything new. It just still works well. The formula's still fun. I like it. All right, so game mode 3. Oh, there we go. Enemies change their patterns up. Very nice. Yeah, so Space Jockey it's perfectly average. It is a very well done game, but for a home console, there's shoot 'em ups that we played already that have blown me away. I mean, right now we have oh yeah, I was gonna say it'd be rated a little bit higher than this, but yeah, not that much higher. But at this point, we've already seen lots of other shoot 'em ups like Planet Defender on the Creative Vision, Freedom Fighters on the Video Pack and Odyssey 2, Chopper Command by Activision on the VCS, Space Raiders on the Arcadia 2001, Empire Strikes Back on the VCS. Well done shoot 'em up. And then Vanguard, and then the new console, ColecoVision, has Zaxxon out there with Cosmic Avenger. So it has a lot that is competing with. That's why I wouldn't rate it any higher than perfectly average. Yeah, you've of course said solid 3 as well, and I'm with you there. Game variations are really a nice touch too. There you go. Way to go, Space Jockey. So of the first game on US Games, it's all right. It doesn't go quite in the bargain bin, at least not right now. But I'll say 3 stars of everything you can play right now on a home console. After that myriad of all the other shoot-em-ups or scrolling shooters you could be playing on a home console, you know there's better out there, so buy those and play those. All right. After that, let's see what's next. Let's go to deep space.
Sector 11.
Oh, so cool. It's just like Yar's Revenge.
Sights in. Cylon warships. Attack. Steady.
Wow.
Standby. Photons.
Oh, they make it so cool.
Star Raiders. That's it. What
That's
a
it.
video game. Atari Star Raiders.
Atari
Only
Star
for
Raiders.
systems from Atari.
Yeah, make sure it's Atari. They had to point that out.
Watch
All right,
out,
so
Star
we got
Raider.
another one.
You're flying in the Atari galaxy.
The Atari
we play
galaxy.
rough out here. Sure, you have an attack computer and
Yeah, we do.
photon torpedoes. Ooh, nice shot, Flyboy.
Flyboy, that's me, all right.
Only one of you. Checking the map, Star Raider? We know where
That's
you
right.
are.
It's just like from the Atari
Bye-bye,
home
Star
computer.
Raider.
Star Raiders.
Star
the home video
Raiders.
game that's only from Atari and only for systems from Atari.
Oh, and only from systems from Atari, and we know why. Oh, we got another one. Star Raiders and Berserk. Awesome. There you go, Berserk. So we've already seen that one. You can play Berserk at home.
With 2 new home video games,
Ooh.
Star Raiders and Berserk, joining Pac-Man, Yar's Revenge, Haunted House,
Whoa.
Defender,
There they all are.
$10 on 17 other hits made only for systems from Atari. Galaxy to Earth.
Awesome. So cool. So there's Star Raiders on our Atari VCS. Let's check it out. Starting with the box. Oh man, now if I remember correctly, I thought it was more of a red-orange, not just solid red box. So if someone has the physical copy, take a look because I think it's not solid red. I think it's like red-orange. But artwork though, man, check it out. And the artwork on the front, this is from Atari. So forget all those other publishers I just listed earlier in the show. This is true Atari for the Atari, and they've done as usual. The front of the box is amazing. Oh, look inside. We got the Atari First Edition comic book. Another one. We got another comic book from Atari Force, I believe it is. Let's flip it over on the back. This one uses, the joystick, and also included is the video touchpad with the overlay. So they include another controller, which is not confused with the keypad, which we've used previously, like in 1978. This one's a new controller, the video touchpad. Climb into the fabulous Starfighter and warp through the galaxy with Commander Champion and Lee San Rourke. Help the Atari Force destroy the Krylon Menace, rescue the last vital starbase, and avenge the doomed planet. Oh yeah, we will. Yeah, Atari's art department is amazing. Love it. And we also have, if you had the Sears Telegame box, you were a nerd. Get the Atari VCS. And we also have, besides the box, ads you would have seen at the time, Beware of Mutants, the real Star Raiders is only from Atari. And now I understand why they said that, because this one feels a little late. We've already seen on the show quite a bit of games after Star Raiders came out. It originally was on the Atari home computer. November 1979 is when we first saw it. And then, later on, by the end of the year, we'll see it on another Atari system, but I won't tell you what it is yet. So far on the channel, we've seen 17 games that follow the same formula as Star Raiders, including on home consoles, Space Battle on the Intellivision, Stellar Track on the Atari VCS, and Star Master on the Atari VCS, Space Spartans, the one that could talk to you, on the Intellivision, Space Attack, which is essentially the Intellivision one on your Atari VCS, and then the amazing Phaser Patrol. So we've already seen that many games already that are like Star Raiders, and now we're getting official Star Raiders. There's another ad. Only the real Star Raiders is only from Atari, so don't play around with imitations. The Atari games are the real thing. Now you understand why they're doing that. All right, there's the overlay for our video touchpad. We get 5 more buttons if you want to use it, but I think a couple of them, the shield's on and off and computer on and off. You can use the difficulty switches if you got it. Yeah, there it is. The video touchpad with overlay. Sweet. There's the cartridge we're going to pop in our Atari VCS and play with the incredible artwork just blown across the screen. Bask in the amazingness. Very good. Yeah, Neb 6, love it. Very good book. All right, so besides that, we got... the additional documents. We got the comic book. This comes with Atari Force from DC Comics. Check it out. We're not going to read through the whole comic, but it's a real comic book, full comic book that you get with the game. Look at this. There they are, the Atari Force. Maybe I should find that outfit. So I need Mr. Arcade's outfit, whoever that guy was in Space Cavern, and then that guy, his outfit. So we won't read the whole thing, but it has something else too. There was also the Star Raiders audio book. So you had a book read aloud to you. Send the kids to bed with Star Raiders. Long playing recording tapes, books, and tape sets. The story of Star Raiders. That's pretty nice. So I'm not going to go through the whole story, but it wasn't included with the game, but you could get that as well. We also have the manual for Star Raiders. This one's a little bit more complicated because they include that other controller. And we've already played games similar to this that incorporated everything all on the console and the joystick. So in one regard, you could say it's cumbersome because you have to have another peripheral to play the game. But then another regard, you could say it feels more epic to be in the cockpit of a spaceship with the extra control panel. So, you know, whatever whatever feels best for you. All right, so avenge the doomed planet. With Commander Champion and Lee San Rourke of the Starfighter, you're on the trail of the Krylon invaders. You've taken an oath to destroy the Krylons and avenge the doomed planet. What happened to the Atarians? I thought we had the Atarians. So we're supposed to destroy them all. This was, of course, Star Raiders was based on the Star Trek game we had played originally on mainframe systems, and now it went to home computers. So it's the same idea. You travel around the galaxy, blow people up, and you get to do it from the space combat, or the first-person perspective of your spaceship. Your first mission is destroy all Krylon warships and save the starbase. Failing that, you must wipe out all Krylon ships before the Starfighter is destroyed. If you run out of energy, or take a hit with your protective shields off, the Starfighter blows up. Krylon takes over the galaxy, and the game ends. If you complete your mission and destroy all the Krylons, the Atari Force computer evaluates your performance and assigns you a new rank, so they give you your rank at the end of the game. It shows you mission skill levels, so you can pick different levels with the game select switch, and it shows a counter how many targets are remaining. And then I'm going to actually move in over on this side, so you can see the screenshot a little bit better. So this is the main screen when you're doing the first-person view, flying around with your ship. When shields are on, it shows you right here, yeah, how to play. Hit the game reset button. You can pick the different skill levels, and then when shields are on, the game is going to be blue, and when shields are off, the space appears black. And then you can push the Gal Map button on your video touchpad to display the galactic map, and it shows you the symbols here, right above my head, of where's the Krylon fighters and the starbase. Yes. Oh, now look at this. It says colors may vary depending on your television control. That's true. You mess with your color on your television like I did, you might have different results. So this is what the galaxy map looks like. And then when you select with your joystick where you want to go, and then you push the hyperwarp button, which is key 3 on your touchpad. When hyperwarp's completed, you flash to the new place, blow up some more Krylons, and there, look at them. There's the Krylon cruisers, fighters, and base stars. Awesome. They're designed for high-speed attacks, just like Star Wars. So much Star Wars and Star Trek references. Beyond as many as I could reference here on the show. So it shows you how to engage the enemy. It works really well. If you've ever played any of the other Star Raiders games, you move the joystick around. It feels like you're flying in space. It's fantastic. And then you have the attack computer you can flip on and off, and that just displays the reticle. You can see right here above my head with your targets, and it has a radar too, right there on that spot. Hey, welcome, Jeff. We're in September 1982, and this is Star Raiders on the Atari VCS. Shows you how to follow the enemy, blow up all the Krylons, and then if a Krylon target remains, the Starfighter plunges into an asteroid belt. Asteroids can be damaged just like with your photon torpedoes, and it shows you that's what the asteroid looks like. Looks like a bowling ball. We're still in the age of use your imagination. And this is the breakdown of all the power consumption, because as you play the game, warping around the galaxy, firing things off, you're using energy. Turning your shields on, using your computer, it's all here so you need to conserve energy. And if you want to be a really good pilot for space, for Star Raiders, then you need to be paying attention to your power consumption. And then over here it shows you your damage. If the stuff is busted, P will display for photons, E for engines, S for shields, C for attack computer. What a well-done manual. We played a lot of games on the Atari VCS that have other third-party publishers bringing manuals out, but you can't deny the quality of this manual by Atari. Very, very well done. I say that, but then we also played Demons to Diamonds, which was by Atari, and that was still weird. All right, so here's how you use the controller. The video touchpad is going to be controlling your Galaxy computer and then your hyperspace warp, where you're going to go next. And then on the console, you have the difficulty switches you can use for your shields if you don't want to use the video touchpad. And the same for your attack computer. And then you also get a rating at the end. The Atari Force computer rates you on your performance when you finish and destroy all the Krylons. If you get rating 0, you're cook. If you get rating 7 or higher, it's a mystery rank. Anybody remember what it is? The rank after that? Yeah, very well done. I love the manual. It's so good. All right, so mission skill levels. You got the different ones to pick in the beginning of the game. We're going to start with skill level 1. It gives us the most or the least number of targets to take care of. And then it even has some survival information. And then over here on the right side, as usual, is the game select matrix. We've seen this since 1977. Good job, Atari. And then at the end of the manual has a scorecard. Very nice. I love it. This one also is available in PAL regions. We're going to go to North America and play Star Raiders by Doug Neubauer and Carla Meninsky, published by Atari in the beginning of September 1982. Oh, and I forgot, we're not supposed to load it that way. I have to load it with this way. Ready, set, go. Star Raiders. All right, we're ready to fight some Krylons. We're going to reset because we're going to start with the first game mode. We get a nice little ditty. Almost sounds like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I'm flying already in one sector, and you can see down in the bottom right, my radar is showing me we got some bogeys on my 6. Let's see if I can get them in. Oh, still sounds satisfying. The sound effects and the shot as you fly through space. This effect of the first-person flight video games we've seen quite a bit. It's still really fun. There's one. Shields are holding, but not for long. And you can flip the shields on and off. I don't know why you'd want to turn them off now, especially when you're in a fight. Okay, we got one. Now we got the asteroids that are coming in. Gosh. So cool, though, how fast it's going. 2 more ships are left on the radar. So they drop you right in on the action, even when you play on the lower difficulty level. Come on. And in the radar, the color of the enemies is going to, or the color at the bottom of the screen shows you where the enemies are. So you can see red, we got more that are entering the sector, and tells you if they're in front of you or behind you. Oh, they got some lucky shots on me. All right, so we got enough energy. Oh, energy's going way too low. Look, we're down to 48. I'm going to go ahead and go to my Galaxy Map computer now. Let's go here. I'm going to warp back to base and hyperspace. Oh, can we not do it under attack? Okay, there we go. I think because we have enemies around us, we can't do it. Energy's falling. This isn't good. Yep. Okay, so energy's back. Nice. We just hung out long enough, and now our energy's all the way up to 388. All right, we can go and take them out now. So like I described before, the other Star Raider games you could be playing on a home computer, the biggest one was Phaser Patrol, and I already am missing the way Phaser Patrol controlled whenever you were wanting to destroy enemies on your reticle. Oh, come on, hold it, hold it. It's those asteroids that are blowing us up. So it almost feels like this one was late to the party. There we go. So we got Scout. We made level 2. We destroyed all 10. All we had to do on the first level of Star Raiders is knock out 10 Krylon Raiders. Nice, Manly. I don't know what game you're talking about. If you go higher than that, you got to take out more and more of them. So I believe it's going to be, let's see. There we go. 20, then 30, and then 40. So when you start on level 1, it's 10 ships you got to take out, and then it goes progressively higher after that. All right, so let's go back to... let's do level 2 and then reset that one. Go into our galaxy map. So you can see where we're located here. Move our joystick where we want to. If I want to warp to the base, it's going to take a lot of energy to get over here, but we'll be able to... And engage! We hang out here a little bit. Yeah, it's going to raise up all our energy. And it'll tell us on the map when it's complete. Let's see. Yeah, so that means everything's back. Everything's healed. We've restored all damage, and we're good to go. All right, so now let's warp over to where some Krylons are. Go! Flying at them. Going right into the heat of battle. So, presentation, though, wise, it's still really, really, really good. Fun to play because it feels like you're playing a game that's not taking place on one screen. You're playing something bigger. And, I mean, Star Wars, Star Trek, it gives you those vibes on a home console. Still very well done, but I still got to give the props to Phaser Patrol, and that one is... and Star Master is another one by Activision. I would still give the nod because they did such a very good job. It's it's just slightly better and a little too late for the official Star Raiders. You can see every time I fire, I'm losing energy. And I think we got our nav computer turned off. But when you play on higher levels, you'll turn your shields off when you're not under attack, and then turn the computer off, which is directly in front of us. And then the T represents how many enemies you have left, or targets. So the more we blow up, we're getting our targets lower and lower. You want to get the targets down to 0, and then if you still have energy with targets down to 0, that's when they start to rank you after that. So much fun. Oh, I love it. So there you go, that's Star Raiders on the Atari VCS. Of all the video games you can be playing right now on the home console, it's still very well done, very fun. So despite all those other Star Raiders-like games you could be playing on a home console, would you still rate this one above average? I would. We gave Star Master 4 stars, and then Phaser Patrol 4.5 stars. One of the best games you could play on a home console, and you got to check it out if you haven't seen that one. But I'd still say for Star Raiders, it's maybe 3.75, like around really close to the 4-star range, but I would still say Star Master by Activision is just a little bit better. This one's still classic, plays well, and excellent. Yeah, Curtis is saying 3.5 to 4. Oh, at least 4 from Bartleman, very nice. And then Manly says 3.5. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see what's next. It's time to go on the Commodore VIC-20 and play Amok. Sorry, William Shatner, we don't get to check you out on the television. You get to stay over there for right now. Let's take a look at Amok. Another one by UMI. This box was kind of hard to come by. You can see the scan is pretty grungy. You can use keyboard or joystick action. Going to be blowing up some giant robots. Sweet. Flip it over on the back. Oh, they have a screenshot of the game. Deadly and unpredictable robots roam the halls of the space station Amok. If your reflexes are quick and your aim is true, you might survive your visit to this rather inhospitable outpost in space. Shoot down the robots and gain points, but be careful. They are tricky fellows. I want to know if it talks to us. That's what really matters. Yes, that's right, Manly. So there's the example of the cartridge we're going to pop in our Commodore VIC-20. This is by Roger Merritt. Way to go, Roger. Yeah, and we also have a terrible, terrible manual. This is in the world of the worst manuals we've ever seen. There's another one we played on the Commodore, or on the TRS-80 color computer that was just like one screen. This was typed up. Another one we played on the Apple II had a manual that was just like type on a typewriter. Your objective, possessed with a murderous or violently uncontrollable fury, an apt description for the robots guarding the space station Amok. They are Amok, and only cool skill on your part earns maximum points. Hey, it says copyright 1981. Interesting. Everywhere I saw this was 1982, so I wonder if they made the manual and the game at the end of 81. And then it came out later. So the box you saw on the outside was the North American UMI release. So there's our points for the different colored robots. Green, blue, red, and black. You can run and fire, use your Atari type joystick or keyboard keys. Then you can select skill levels 1 through 9. Start play with function 8. Cool, so they got 9 different skill levels. If you lose all your attackers, very nice. And then started to load by cassette. We'll have no problems on the Commodore VIC-20. I say that, and then it will probably crash. So there's just some alternate versions. Let's pop in that cartridge and play Amok by Roger Merritt, published by UMI in North America and Audiogenic in the United Kingdom in the beginning of September 1982. All right, so which skill level do we want? Clear the station of crazy robots that have run amok. I'm just going to go with number 1, and then let's do gain 8, or start. Engage. Hey, yes, it's Berserk. In all berserkiness. Oh, we got shot so fast. The first robots are shooting us. Interesting. I thought the green ones wouldn't shoot us. But I can move in all 8 directions. Feels like my guy is shuffling his feet as I move around. Oh, the robots, though, are relentless. I gotta be on my A game. You can also shoot in all 8 directions, 1 shot at a time. Like classic Berserk, because I've already died so much, I don't want to try the walls, but this is so much like Berserk, I feel like they are going to electrify. Now I want to know, if I wait long enough, does Evil Otto or some variant of Evil Otto show up? Let's just hang out a sec and see. Where is he? All right, no Evil Otto. Cool. We're in a safe place here, playing amok. Go down to the blue robots next. These must be the easy ones. Yeah, 5 points each. Very nice. Cool, red robots now. Oh yeah, bullets fire pretty quick. I think that's the last life. Yeah, this one's just, it's bare bones. It's exactly what you would want to play if you want to play Berserk on your Commodore VIC-20. But at this point, we've already played a lot of Berserk. Later, we're going to see a game called Super Amok that changes a little bit of the elements up of this game. Oh, is that was the end? Oh, okay. That's all we get for Amok, or all we'll show right now. As far as Berserk style games, we played. This one is the 24th Berserk game of all the video games so far. This is number 24. Amok is. At this point, we played some really good ones. Like if you go back far enough, the last really good one we played was Seamus. 5-star game, really, really good for a home computer. Before that, we played Android Attack on the Atari home computer in June 1982. And then Marauder was also out, 4 stars for that one. Android Attack on the color computer, different Android Attack. In May 1982, we gave that one 3.5 stars. We also saw Thief on the Apple II in 1981, gave that one 3 stars. And then Crazy Shootout in 81 and gave that one 4 stars. Just to name some of them, not all of the Berserk games. At this point, this one is a little bit... I actually prefer to play Android Attack on the color computer than this one. And then I also prefer the Android Attack on the Atari home computer. It's still around that range, like 3 stars, 3.5 stars of everything you can play on a home computer. Bartleman saying 2, Manly saying 3.5. We gave both of the Android Attack games 3.5 stars. So I'm going to follow suit and say Amok is still an above average game for Berserk style, but it's not something that is incredibly impressive. If I could, I would say 3.1 or 3.2, because it's not as good as Android Attack, but it's still around that range. We're still seeing Berserk, and we're not done with it yet. Oh yeah, Curtis is saying 3, so even less than Android Attack. You probably want to play Android Attack on the Coco like I would. All right, let's see what's next. Now it's time to see what's new on Atari Age and their latest issue. Let's dive in. All right, Atari Age. This is issue number 3. And we have seen so much from Atari Age. It's a really small magazine, fun read, and it has a preview of what's going to happen next. This is the September-October 1982 issue, and the front of the magazine is where it shines. Compared to Softline Magazine and someone dead on the front of the cover, this is the way to do it. I mean, they got the logo right. I believe that's Sword Quest in the background. Yes, it's so epic. This should be a poster. I want this on my wall. And we get some discounts for Atari Club members. Is that a sign if we get discounts for things on Atari? All right, let's crack it open and see what's up. All right, the first article is about inside your Atari VCS game cartridge. Have you ever, hopefully no one opened their cartridge up. They want to talk about the 2 types of computer memory used in the Atari VCS, the ROM and the RAM. So cool. I love it. So breakdown, give some people some history of, or discussion of the science behind your Atari cartridges. And this is the discounts they're talking about. If you're part of the Atari Club, you get discounts on all these Atari games. Only official Atari published games, mind you. Oh yeah, discounts. See, I don't know if that's a sign of bad times if they're giving discounts for everybody. All right, let's flip on to the next page. Get scared. Over here is the captain's log. The big news is about all the Atari savings. And then after that, we have a dozen free cartridges. Oh, they're giving away some free cartridges too? Still not a good sign. This time we're giving away the brand new Atari 5200 game system. Has not arrived yet. It's not officially out to the public. And finally, for all the Dig Dug fans who remember the giant invisible rabbit, congratulations, you must watch the same old movies. What? Oh, I thought they were going to say something about Dig Dug. I guess not. So over here in the Game Grams, where they're writing into Atari Age, we have a few readers who discovered ways to make Space Invaders laser cannons fire 2 shots on the screen at once, instead of the usual single shot. They got the effect with flipping switches in combination very rapidly. We checked it out with the Atari engineers and we're told that Paul's technique works. Whoa, cool. Does anyone know about that technique? Playing the original Space Invaders on the Atari VCS, and you flip the, what does it say, reset button and power switch? Wow, I had no idea. I need to give that a shot. So you can do that, and they say it works, but then they say rapidly flipping the switches of your Atari machine could damage the game console, so don't do it. Okay, thank you. Now that we know we can do double shot Space Invaders, there's going to be a lot of Ataris messed up, damaging their console. And Atari Scavenger Hunt contest, very nice. Who in the world is this? Meet Captain Atari. That is the most terrible mascot I've ever seen. They should have used the guy from the comic book. They already have the Atari Force. He's already got the spandex outfit. We don't need any more superheroes in spandex. That handsome red and blue clad superhero. Oh, man. All right, so then we have Atari is named the official video game of the 1984 Olympics. I wonder if they rescinded that when it actually came to 1984. We'll have to see when we get there. In July 1984, athletes from all the 50 nations will be in Los Angeles, California for the 23rd Modern Olympic Games, and Atari's going to be there. The official mascot. How about that? And they got some Olympians crouching low to play Atari. Very nice. All right, let's flip to the next one. Next is Real Sports. We haven't seen this yet. This is a cool preview of what we're going to see before the end of the year. Real Sports is the newest Atari Sports series, and they're going to have this on their new Atari system that we're going to see before the end of the year, too. Sports package. And if you're a member, you save $20. Cool. Also coming up, the creators of Raiders and Sesame Street are going to design new Atari video games. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the first time we've ever heard the term Lucasfilm Limited and the Children's Television Workshop are going to work together to make Star Wars series games and Raiders of the Lost Ark, which we will see by the end of the year. So if they're announcing it now, that means that means you had just a few months to knock it out before the Christmas season, because I think we're going to see it around November or December. And it's only September right now. That's crazy. And then we have some Sesame Street games coming as well. I know, it's amazing. All right, then down here is Kangaroo in the arcades, which we have seen. Lots of fun. And more arcade games coming up. Here's some sneak peeks, and these are the best ones from Atari Age, because they went to the Consumer Electronics Show. Summer CES 1982 was held in Chicago. The flat screen pocket television stereo TV. Ooh, high tech. Some of the new Atari VCS cartridges to come out are going to be, what do they have over here? Baseball, volleyball, oh, that's all the Real Sports series. And then the fantastic Sword Quest is going to be coming out. And we'll see those two. It says the first two. Sword Quest was a series that we will eventually see. And then here we have on the VCS Frog Pond. Sweet. Raiders of the Lost Ark they talk about too. That's coming out. And then a new combat-style tank warfare game. Enhanced graphics and sound effects. What game are they talking about? Due out early 1983 is what it says. I'm trying to think in 1983, what would be on the Atari VCS that would be enhanced combat? Oh, thanks, Hunter. Appreciate it. And there it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we keep hearing this being talked about. It was at the Summer CES show, the Atari 5200. So before they were calling it the Atari Super System, here it is for the first time. It's now called the Atari 5200. They say the game system is due in October. I think we're going to see it at the end of October, beginning of November for the first game. Oh, that's a good guess, Neb6. Maybe it is Robot Tank. They have a new version of Super Breakout, and that's the first game we're going to see on the 5200 with the look at the trackball in the middle. I think that one comes as the peripheral later. Instead, they got the terrible, terrible joysticks. Ooh, playing with the trackball, you can play with the same precise control and lightning speed as their best arcade games. Oh, if only they knew. They also said there's a voice synthesizer for it sometime in 1983. So they're boasting again, the new Atari system is going to be amazing, but it's going to be even more amazing later. Always remember, if a video game company or console says, here's the console and it's okay, but wait till later, then you know something's up. Don't wait till later. Hey, Star Raiders. That's fresh on our mind. We just played it. And it even has the video touchpad with the joystick. Sweet. Let's flip on to the next one. Oh, big spread for Sword Quest. So we'll be seeing this one coming up. Sword Quest is epic. It's another game contest. First one for a console, I believe. Well, no, not first one for a console. We saw also a few other ones, but this one's big. Like, you can win an actual sword, an actual crown. Look at this. The chalice, the talisman, and the philosopher's stone. Somewhere, someone has those prizes. We haven't confirmed where exactly. I've heard lots of rumors. I'd love to know exactly where they are. We'll get into that when we play Earthworld, the first of the Sword Quest series. And Sword Quest t-shirts. It was so big. Look at this. They even have more over here. Orson Welles. Oh, they're talking about the faking the Martians. Is this part of the same? Yeah, this is part of the radio war. Yeah, that's part this one. And this Star Raiders and Defender becoming the first creatures on another planet. Imagine yourself on Halloween night. The ringing doorbell. What is this about? Announcer talking about the... What does this have to do with it? I know they're talking about Star Raiders and Defender. Defender we actually haven't seen on the Atari VCS yet. And that's going to be coming up soon. Great artwork, though. Let's flip on to the next one. What else is happening? The Atari Scavenger Hunt Contest. We selected winners on our first Atari Club contest. It was who can correctly say all the different video game cartridges in the picture. And there's all the answers right there. I'm going to post that on our page because I asked everyone on the show which ones they were on there. All right, so we got the Atari Arcade Award winners right here. The TV's Emmy Award, Oscars Hollywood, Broadway's Tony. What about the Arky? That's what this one is. So in 1980, they said the most innovative game was basketball. There it is. Best Pong variant was Video Olympics, and best target game was Air Sea Battle. In 1981, they said the game of the year was Superman. I think we've already read that one. Most innovative game was Adventure, and I gotta agree with them. It's fantastic. For 1982, they say the game of the year is Asteroids. Best solitaire game is Missile Command, and best Pong variant is Warlords. Well, they're just making up categories, though. They made up best target game, and then best Pong game. Alrighty. All right, let's flip on. The last page is... oh, the contest. So more things for Atari Age. It is a kind of scary that they said we got discounts or we can give away free games. It's like it's impending doom, possibly. I don't know if you can call it exactly that, but I'm drawing at straws because I know we're going to have a video game crash in North America when it comes to consoles, and it's going to begin there at some point. So there you go, the latest issue of Atari Age. So much to look forward to. We're just getting into the year of 1982, and there's a lot more games, especially when we get closer to the holiday season. That's where we got to put our video game playing on pause. Tune in next episode for a little bit of everything, including High Onkyo Alien to the max. That's it for today, and like I always say, we have played Atari today. Hey everybody, thanks for checking out the channel and joining me on my quest to play every single video game in order of release. We'll be streaming live every weekday at 9 p.m. Central, so join us and let us know if we missed any games along the way. This video would not be possible without Launchbox, RetroArch, and MAME. Tell all your friends there's some crazy guy named Chronologically Gaming trying to play every single video game. We have links down below that'll send you to places like our Discord and Patreon, and one that says all the video games we've ever played. If you go there, it's a list of everything, and you can click right to the game you want to see. Chronologically Gaming is the name to look for. We are perpetually retro, and we will catch you next time.